Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Blue Exorcist Chapter 102. It is very late at night here, and I'm back at home. I think this is my first Blue Exorcist video I have done at home. But yeah, it's late at night, so I'm going to be a little bit quieter. It's like midnight. So if you can't hear me, just turn your volume up. Anyway, when we last left our heroes, or hero, because once again, last month only focused on Rin and Mephisto. Rin had been brought to Rin had followed Yuri and Shiro to the asylum, where he witnessed, the conditions of the asylum, how it's a lot more dark and foreboding than it is in the present. And then he witnessed a conversation between Shiro and Mephisto, where Shiro got Mephisto to promote him to an Exwire. And then they cut 4 years later, and Mephisto started to give Rin some information on Section 13, including what I'm still pretty sure is revealed to us, that all of this was for Lucifer because he's going to explode, or he was going to explode 40 years ago. But yeah, that's where we left off. So, let's see, we have... here's a little previously on Blue Exorcist. It says just what I just said. Shiro swore to kill every demon. Mephisto continues to win the past, including Section 13 in its heyday and its true goal. So yeah, I think that was a new thing for us. Buying time before Lucifer himself explodes like a bomb. So we see Mephisto and Rin are approaching a vault that I'm assuming is the Section 13 entrance. Rin is still acting like Mephisto's bodyguard 36 years ago. From here on, stand with your feet shoulder-width apart and clasp your hands behind your back. Stay behind me and don't talk. And the vault opens. And they walk in on Section 13 operating on a body that I think is Lucifer. I imagine is or what Lucifer, because it looks like the body from last month that was shown when Mephisto said before Lucifer explodes like a great big bomb or whatever. So I think this is Lucifer's body, or a body made for Lucifer or something. Sir Fellas, a scientist, speaks up. My apologies for being late. Are you ready to begin the experiment, Mr. Eminescu? Have we met this guy before? He kind of reminds me of a Maimon, but I don't think he's a Maimon. Or a Maimon's host body or something. Yes, he's in extremely poor condition today, which is perfect for the experiment. Then you may proceed. We're beginning the experiment. Oh my, it's Shemi Haza, and everyone from the Grigori Agency. Oh, hello, Grigori Agency. And Shemi Haza speaks up. I must witness everything. We cannot leave a sacred sage alone. Your attention, please. This is Elixir 51. Allow me to explain. First, we drew blood from 59 demons with superb physical regeneration, and injected it into dead mice and human flesh. Then we drew blood from samples exhibiting arrested necrosis and applied it to the entire Lucifer group. 11 subjects demonstrated heightened cellular regeneration. From those 11 subjects, we extracted cells for refinement, and this was the result. We believe this drug will alleviate Lord Lucifer's suffering. In other words, and Rin's thinking to himself about what's going on. All that cruel experimentation was to create a drug? And it was all for Lucifer's body? 30 minutes have passed. What's his status, Mr. Eminescu? Is there any change in his vital signs? No change. And Mephisto turns back to Rin. Stay here. And he walks down the stairs. Can you hear my voice, big brother? How do you feel? And Lucifer, is panting and starts coughing up blood, it looks like, and, hacking and coughing. The elixir appears to have failed. Lucifer, if you abandon that body, you will be free of suffering. Leave Asya and quietly return to Gehenna. You can acquire a new body later. And through the coughs and the gasping, Lucifer speaks up. Samael, you are so cruel. Someday, I will be rewarded. I believe that. And Rin's eyes go wide, and Mephisto just glares at Lucifer. Continuing the experiment is dangerous. That's enough for today. It's unfortunate, but I still expect success for the elixirs, Mr. Eminescu. My apologies. Mephisto and Rin walk away leaving Lucifer alone in the bed. So this whole scene really gives Lucifer some pity. Like, it seems... So, from what I can gather, it seems like... Lucifer could explode unless he left Asya and went back to Gehenna. But he doesn't want to for some reason, and so Mephisto and Section 13 are, like, torturing the shit out of him. Either to save him, or to make him hate life so much he just runs away. I can't really tell. But either way, that seems to be what their goal is. But anyway, Mephisto and Rin have left, and Rin looks back at Lucifer, and Lucifer makes eye contact with Rin, and Rin, like, freaks out as the doors slam behind him. And he's, like, panting on the ground in front of Mephisto. Lucifer. I saw him once before, but this time he was much more... Oh, yeah, because he saw him when Shit. Best character, Shima. When Shima left. I'm about to call him Shiro. No, that's not right. When Shima left. Did you sense how disastrous his untrained wrath would be? I get it now. That's why. And Mephisto notices someone away. Shiro! And Shiro walks forward with two men with him. Father Fujimoto. He's really grown. This was your annual day for experimentation. Good work. I hear you're an excellent Exwire. I hope you make Exorcist soon. And Shiro just glares at Mephisto. Just die, would ya? It's been 4 years, but he's still a subject at Section 13. Lucifer will not give up until he achieves the perfect body. The test subjects exist to suppress his insanity. At first, he made countless clones to serve as new vessels for him. However, it didn't go well. Then Mr. Eminescu suggested developing an elixir for providing immortality. With such an elixir, he could use anybody as a vessel. However, testing the drugs was hell on the clones. Their treatment was inhumane. They were tested and died like guinea pigs. And Shiro, I'm assuming, starts gasping. Hey, Goro, you're still alive? How have you been? Oh yeah, that is Shiro taking his test. Okay. Yeah, Goro's still around. Those lucky enough to survive lost their humanity. But Goro's the one who will become Satan, right? As during the Blue Nights? So I guess he was a lot older than I pictured him. I'm gonna survive this, and get out of here. This is the place that gave birth to the man known as Shiro Fujimoto. Wasn't there any other way? I mean, it just isn't right. Is this the only way to defend the world? I don't get it. I can't say I understand how you feel. After all, I'm a demon. Yeah, anyway, it's awful. And he, storms off. Leaving already? I can't stand it, you creep. Oh, I forgot to mention, they, I guess it was shown off screen, but Mephisto and Rin are, watching Shiro get his test taken. I didn't want to see that. And he walks off. He's in some area with, trees and lockers, it looks like. What a horrible way to grow up. It's too much. And he hears, stay together, stop pushing around. He's in some kind of forest, it looks like. Uh-oh, where am I? For today's mission, you will exorcise an ent. Mission? Oh, ents are tree monsters. Okay. Some tourists and hikers fused with an evil ghost and turned up dead. Oh, he's out of the asylum. He's in the woods somewhere. It's a highly dangerous demon. You will be in a supporting role, but stay sharp. Yes, sir. I can't hear you. Yes, sir. And he notices, Yuri. There's Mom. Hasn't she grown since last time? Maybe a little. As Exorcists and Exwires perform the exorcism, pages will lend back up. We will surround the ends with torches to weaken it. Hand out the torches. And it's the girl from Yuri's first night. This is my first real fight. I hope I don't make a dumb mistake. Don't get in the way, Yuri. Okay. Yuri's an excellent student. I'm more worried about you, Jenny. What did you say? You're only nice to Yuri. Then I'll be nice to you, okay? Grrr, like a roaring. The Exorcists have arrived, and the Exwires. Loading 8 more images, because we're on Imgur, and life sucks. And Yuri notices Shiro with the fighters. Shiro? And Shiro notices her. You? And Yuri's like face lights up. Remember me? I'm Yuri. It's been 5 years. You look well. So I guess there has been a year time skip since Rin went to the forest, because we do see at the beginning of the chapter this is SSC 535, so we now are 5 years into this flashback. You look well. I'm so happy. Don't talk to me, you brat. And Shiro walks away. Don't you remember me? Who's that? What's going on? Is that Shiro? He really exists, huh? So those are the two guys from the first night. All right, take your positions, pages. Damage its roots to weaken it. Then strike the heart in its head. It's big, so don't get close until it's weak. We have a full shot of the ant as like a horrified tree ghost, kind of like the Deku tree from Ocarina of Time. Except a lot more horrifying, and also its face is a lot smaller. But it's a tree with a face, so you know. That's the ant. Yikes! It's huge. Attack! And everyone all the Exorcists and Exwires swarm the ant. Burn the roots and advance with caution. Yeah, and all the Exwires thrown around. Don't get too close to the roots. Gah! You klutz. And Shiro has some kind of canister that he throws at the ant and explodes in his branches. What? Who is that? Stop! And Shiro rushes at the ant, and he jumps up and he the ant kind of throws a branch at it, and he spins around the branch, grabs onto it and starts grabs it with his legs, and it looks like he starts hacking at the branch with a sword. And the ant throws another branch at him, or either that or tries to shake him off. I can't tell. Huh? What happened? An Exwire rushed in alone. Seriously? Is he crazy? Hey, is that Shiro? And there's just a silence over the forest. And everyone gasps. The roots have stopped. Now, burn them! Yes, sir! And the roots are now burning, and Shiro, pulls a grenade, and is now, right above the ant's face. Die! And he throws the grenade into its mouth. And it explodes in, a burning, fire. And everyone looks on in shock as Shiro, jumps down. There's more, popping and crackling coming from the ant as it dies, as it burns. That kid has some moves. And he's still an Exwire? What's his name? It's Shiro. Is he even human? Oh, if only you knew, kid. If only you knew what Shiro actually was. Green men, and a bunch of green men pop up and run towards Yuri. The green men of the forest are fleeing the fire. Let them go, they're harmless. And Yuri lets them down and looks at Shiro. Shiro. Wow. Shiro. Are you hurt? Oh, Yuri approaches Shiro, try to help him out. The way you fight is dangerous. I get it, you're strong. But you scared everyone, including me. Oh, look at... Yuri has, full guts. Mad props to Yuri, just, approaching Shiro. Shiro? And Yuri starts shooting... and Shiro starts shooting at the green men, as Yuri looks on in shock. Why? Because they're demons. But they were terrified and fleeing. So what? Exorcists exorcise demons. Huh? And Rain is confused at how horrible Shiro is as a person. Yeah, but no! Exorcists save people from demons. Have I heard this argument somewhere before? Yeah, I feel like I recognize this from somewhere, but I can't quite place where this was. They don't kill perfectly safe demons, so we have to get along. Some demons help us fight. Huh? Are you serious? Wahaha! That'll get you killed. So go die if you want to. I hate your type the most. Regroup! Yuri, we're going! Father Fujimoto. He's not just prickly. He's destructive. What's that blue flame over there? It's a Rinka. That's odd. And Rin recognizes it for what it really is. It's Satan, who has made his reappearance after 5 years, to be continued. And that is where we leave off chapter 102. So, once again, a lot of progression into this flashback. Also, once again, I really wish we got some more from the other characters. Because, it's nice to have the whole cast around. Again, the series has a great supporting cast, and it is still frustrating that they're constantly being sidelined. Not really constantly, but for this whole SSC arc for the past 3 months. And depending on how fast the pace goes, if it's more like the gap between 100 and 101, that'll be like better because I doubt we're going past the Blue Knight because I don't think there's that much of interest past the Blue Knight. At least until we get back to the present. But if it's more like this month, where it's only like a year gap between the two chapters, that'll be very frustrating because we are still 20 years away from the Blue Knight. So I hope this is not 20 more months of Flashback Town. That would be incredibly frustrating. But yeah, we are still getting further progression on Yuri and Shiro's characters as they are becoming more defined in their worldviews. As Yuri is much more the I want to help people. I want to help people. The most important thing is to save people, not to kill demons. And Shiro is a much more hardline, kill everything, which can be really interesting to see how he develops into, the man who would save the Okumura twins. But we'll have to wait and see how exactly he develops in the coming months and years, depending how long this flashback takes. Please don't be a Butler-style year-long flashback. But yeah, still, this flashback material is still a lot of fun. Getting a lot of the depths of the world's past. I do still have some questions, though, because Rin seems to be pretty comfortable with the idea, with he's not quite reacting the way I would expect him to, finding out that, the True Cross was trying to help Lucifer for decades. That's just kind of a weird thing to, it seemed like he'd make a big deal of that after the way last month ended. And he doesn't even at the beginning of the chapter. He's kind of, seems a lot more calm than I'd expect him to. Yeah, that was kind of a weird thing. But anyway, the fight with the End is fun. It's, not kind of, it's more important than it shows. It's kind of like a showcase of who Shiro is. At this point, he's destructive. He doesn't really care about himself. He just wants to destroy demons no matter the cost. And as I mentioned before, I'm really looking forward to seeing how he develops into the nice old man we met way back in chapter 1. But yeah, other than that, so Rin learns specifically, so there's this whole thing, I'm not entirely sure why Lucifer doesn't just leave Asya. Is that supposed to be a mystery? Why doesn't he leave Asya, find a new body that's not, dying, like we see here in the scene where he's being tortured by the scientists? It's kind of weird. Then he has this moment with Rin. So honestly, oh, whoa, wait a second. What if Rin breaks him out? What if, Rin seems to be pitying Lucifer here, or seeing that Lucifer doesn't really deserve what he's getting. So what if Rin? I don't know. That would take a whole lot of. What if Yuri does it? That makes more sense. So we see that Rin. I don't know. It seems like if Yuri found out about Section 13, she'd definitely want to save Lucifer, especially because unlike Rin, she does not have the foresight to know, Lucifer is going to found the Illuminati 35 years from now, and bad shit's going to happen because of him. I'm going to, and so Yuri ends up freeing him, and somehow that's what leads to her death. Maybe as a punishment for freeing Lucifer and kind of creating the whole series. I don't know, that's the theory that just popped up. Yeah. And then, of course, at the end, Satan makes his appearance, only apparent to Rin. The rest of them just think he's a random Ringa. But Rin recognizes that flame in the forest at the end of the chapter as Satan. And that's really how the chapter ends. So yeah, I really enjoyed this chapter. Again, I do wish we had more from the rest of the Exwires. But, as it is, this flashback is moving along really well. It's really well paced. So I hope you all enjoyed this chapter and the video. If you did, feel free to drop me a like, subscribe, or whatever the fuck you want. I don't really care. And as always, people, keep kicking ass, and I'll see you in the future. Bye!